RCC, this is 2057 Whiskey, Denmark 86 your radio check.
Radio check loud and clear.
Time for. RCC, this is 2057 Whiskey, Denmark 86 your request on up at Astoria, Denmark Boulevard.
You can depart Astoria, Ditmars Boulevard. You can give me a call back at Astoria Boulevard.
Time for Astoria Boulevard, local track.
Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue for the 2040.
Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue. That's a copy. Give me a call back at Queensbridge 21st Street.
Copy.
This is Astoria Boulevard. Transfer is available to the M60 Select Bus Service to LaGuardia Airport.
47 Fox, Forest Hills.
Forest Hills, 71st Avenue. That's a copy. You can give me a call back at Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue.
10-4.
RCC, this is 2057 Whiskey, Denmark 86th Street, calling back
The
Astoria
next stop
Boulevard.
is 30th Avenue.
Astoria Boulevard. It's a copy.
Stand clear
call
of
back
the
at
closing doors, please.
Time for Broadway.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is 30th Avenue. This is an town-bound W local train. The next stop is Broadway.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Calling back at Queensboro Plaza.
Queensboro Plaza, that's a copy. You may switch over to Manhattan Tower. Have a safe trip.
Copy.
This is Broadway.
RCC, this is 2057 Whiskey Denmark 86th Street, calling back at Broadway.
The next stop is 36th Avenue.
Alright, copy. You can give me a call back at Queensboro Plaza. Thank you.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Street, Queensbridge for the 2040.
21st Street, Queensbridge. That's a copy. You may switch over to Manhattan Tower as they trip.
You too.
This is 36th Avenue.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark, still a radio check.
Radio check loud and clear.
That's acceptable.
Bound W local train. The next stop is 39th Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Not 1903. 2103 Nancy Denmark, still cousin line out of Denmark's.
2113 Nancy, you can depart Story at Dipon. Let me call up your next stop, Story
This
Boulevard.
is 39th
That's the time for
Avenue.
Story Boulevard.
47 Fox, Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue.
Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, and Scott, you can give me a call back at 21st Street, Queensbridge.
Copy that.
This is a Manhattan-bound W local train. The next stop is Queensboro Plaza.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark, still come back at Story Boulevard.
Story Boulevard, that's a copy. Give me a call back at Broadway.
Start 4. Chris, I know you saw that, chill.
Wait, so why the fuck did you open all these? Why the hell did you open all these?
I accidentally forgot this wasn't a conductor mode train, and I closed my right doors first, thinking it would be my rear doors. So, yeah. Let's just ignore it and move on.
This is Queensboro Plaza. Transfer is available to the 7 train.
RCC is at 2057 Whiskey
W
Denmark
local
86th
train.
Street, calling back
The
to
next
Queensboro
stop
Plaza.
is Lexington Avenue,
Queensboro
59th
Plaza.
Street.
Copy. May switch over to Manhattan Tower as we drip.
Time for have a good day.
Stand clear of the closing doors,
Good night,
please.
Manhattan Tower. This is the 2057 Whiskey Denmark 86th Street, calling back to Queensboro Plaza.
Midtown 57.
2057 Whiskey Queensboro, it's a cop. Your next callback's Lex 59. 51 Nancy 57 7th. Your next callback's Times Square 42nd. Push for the local lineup.
Copy. Times Square.
Queensbridge.
2051 Nancy Times Square 42nd as a copy. Push for the express line. Your next callback's your next stop. 34th Street Herald Square.
Copy that.
2047 Fox Queensbridge. Put your Broadway line. Your next callback to Lexington 63rd.
Copy that.
This is the 2030 Delta out of North 2 Fishy calling back at Grand Street, but for the Delta line.
30 Delta Grand Street, that is a copy. Your next callback's decal interlocking.
10-4 for the interlocking.
Tony 105 Quincy, license 63rd, that is a copy. Proceed to your next stop, 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
This is Lexington Avenue, 59th Street. Transfer is available to the 4, 5, 6, and
45 Whiskey is at Prince
A
Street.
free transfer is available to the
45 Whiskey at Prince, that is a copy. Push for the low Manhattan lineup. Your next
Lexington Avenue,
callback is
63rd
Whitehall.
Street Station,
Copy.
and using your Metro
42nd Street for the 40 Fox.
2040 Fox, 42nd Street, Bryant Park, that is a copy. You're holding for 45 seconds as a train in front of you heading to 34th.
RCC, this is the 57.
Calling back at 36 as a matter of fact for the 2051.
Okay, 2057 Whiskey, Lex 59, it's a copy. Next callback's 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
57 Street, 7th Avenue.
51 Nancy at 34th, your next callback is Union Square.
Copy.
You said 57, correct, Troy?
Correct, 2057, 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
Tough.
You said the 40. You said the 40's callback was 34th, right?
Yeah, 40 Fox, yes, you can proceed to 34th.
Alright, copy.
This is 2103 Nancy Dimar still will come back at Queensboro Plaza.
2103 Nancy Queensboro is a copy. Next callback to Lex 59.
59th Street.
That's a 10 for this. Alright.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Oh, 5 Quincy, 57th Street, 7th Avenue. That is a copy. Push for the Quincy line for next callback to Times Square, 42nd.
34th Street, Herald Square for the 40 Fox.
40 Fox, 34th Street, Herald Square. That is a copy. You're going to hold there for 30 seconds.
Copy.
Fox, Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street.
47 Fox, Lexington, 63rd. That is a copy of the line going to Broadway. Proceed to 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
Calling back at 14th Union.
03 Nancy, Union Square. It's a copy. Next callback's Canal Street.
Copy.
47 Fox.
40 Fox holding at 34th. You may proceed to Union Square.
That's a copy.
47 Fox, 257th Street, 7th Avenue. Correct.
Correct. 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
Have that.
This is
2115 Quebec, 960 Silver, requesting permission to pull into 96.
To the Q train.
115 Quebec, you have permission to enter 96th Street, 2nd Avenue. Let me know you have doors open.
10-4, 10-4.
RTC, this is 2057 W, Dead March 86th Street, coming back to 57th Street. So I didn't put you for my local lineup.
7 Whiskey, that is a copy. 57th Street, 7th Avenue. Your next callback's 34th Street, Herald Square.
For 34th Street, Herald Square on local track.
Yeah. 2115 Quebec, doors open in 96.
Alright, 2115 Quebec, that is a copy. Still have a few more seconds you can depart. I'll let you know when you can head down. 2105 Quincy, Times Square. You may proceed to 34th Street, Herald Square.
This is 2103 Nancy Dimar still will come back at Lexington Avenue, 59th Street.
This is 49th Street.
Lexington Avenue, 59th Street for 2103 Nancy has a copy. Your next callback's 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
It's a 10-4.
2030 Delta out of North 2 Fisheries calling back at D-Cup Interlock and waiting for the instructions.
2030 Delta D-Cup Interlock, that is a copy. Your next callback's Atlantic Pacific.
10 for Atlantic Pacific, Barclays.
14th Street, Union Square for the Foxtrot, 40.
2040 Fox at Union Square, that is a copy. Your next callback's Canal Street.
2115 Quebec, requesting lineup at 96.
15 Quincy may depart 96th Street. Your next callback's Lexington 63rd.
And proceed.
Fox, 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
47 Fox, 57th Street, 7th Avenue. That is a copy. Push for the express line. For your next callback's Times Square, 42nd.
Have that.
This is Times Square, 42nd Street. Transfer is available
2105 Quincy
to the
at
1,
Herald
2,
Square. That is a copy. Your next
3,
callback's Union
7,
Square.
A, C,
Calling back at Canal
N,
Street.
and Q
51 Nancy Canal. That is a copy. Push for
Transfer
the
is
Nancy line. For your
available
next
to the
callback's
shuttle
Peak of the
to
Bridge.
Grand Central.
Thank you.
Connection is available to Port Authority Bus Terminal.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
.45 Whiskey is at Whitehall.
45 Whiskey Whitehall, that is a copy. Your next callback will be DeKalb Avenue.
Copy.
This is 34th Street, Herald Square. Transfer is available to the B, D, F.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark still welcome back at 5th Avenue, 57th Street, 7th Avenue. Bunch for local art.
2103 Nancy has a copy, 57th, 7th. Your next callback's Times Square, 42nd.
What's the time for?
47 Fox, Times Square.
Times Square for 2047 Fox, that is a copy. Push for the express line. Your next callback is 34th Street, Herald Square.
RCC, this is the 2057 Whiskey Denmark 86th Street, calling back at 34th Street, Herald Square, and local track.
Stand clear of the
57 Whiskey,
closing
34th
doors,
Street, Herald Square, that
please.
is a copy. Your next callback is Prince Street.
Traffic from Prince Street.
5 Quincy Union Square, that is a copy. Your next callback is Canal Street.
On back at the peak of the bridge.
Peak of the bridge for the 2051 Nancy has a copy. Your next callback is DeKalb Interlocking.
Stopping.
2040 is calling back at Canal Street, lower level.
40 Fox Canal is a copy. Push for the Nancy line for your next callback to Peak of the bridge.
That's a copy.
2030 Delta out of No 2 Fishy is calling back at Atlantic Pacific Barclays Center.
This is
Atlantic Pacific for 2030 Delta, that is a copy. Your next callback is 36th Street.
Copy, 36 Street Sunset Park.
Fox, 34th Street, Herald Square.
47 Fox, 34th Street, Herald Square, that is a copy. Next callback's 14th Street, Union Square.
Copy that.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
.2115 is calling in at Lexington 63rd.
15 Quincy Lexington 63rd, that is a copy of the lineup. Your next callback, Times Square, 42nd.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark still welcome back at Times Square, 42nd Street, push for the express lineup.
Alright, 2109 Whiskey Queensboro as a copy. Your next callback to Lexington 59th. 2103 Nancy Times Square, you may proceed onto the express track. Your next callback 34th Street, Herald Square.
That's the time for 34th.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
On back at the DeKalb Interlocking.
DeKalb Interlocking for the 51 Nancy has a copy. Your next callback is Atlantic Pacific.
Copy.
Oh, I'm back at the peak of the bridge.
The bridge for the 2040 Fox, that is a copy. Your next callback is DeKalb Interlocking.
Union Square.
That is a copy.
Transfer is available to the 4, 5, 6, L, N, and Q trains.
47 Fox, 14th Street, Union Square.
47 Fox at Union Square, that is a copy. Your next callback's Canal Street.
Copy that.
2103 Nancy Denmark Stillwell, come back at 34 Shandy Express track.
2105 Quincy Canal, that is a copy. Push for the Nancy lineup. Your next
Clear of the
callback's the peak of the
closing
bridge.
doors, please.
2103 Nancy at 34th Street Herald Square. You may proceed to Union Square.
What's it time for?
This is 8th Street, NYU.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Oh no, Whiskey Lex 59 is a copy. Your next callback's 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
4 is approaching the decal interlocking.
Decal interlocking for the 40 Fox, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Atlantic Pacific.
Copy.
Oh 05 Quincy, peak of the bridge, that is a copy. Your next callback's decal interlocking.
15 Quincy, Times Square.
15 Quincy at Times Square, that is a copy. You proceed to 34th Street Herald Square.
This is 2103 Nancy, calling back at 14 Union Square.
This is Prince Street.
03 Nancy Union Square is a copy. Your next callback is Canal Street.
Something for Canal Street level.
2030 Delta out of North to Fisheries, calling back 36 Sunset Park. Punching here for the Nancy lineup.
3 Delta, that is a copy. Your next callback's 59th Street.
South 59th floor.
Calling back at Atlantic Barclays.
Alright, 51 Nancy Atlantic, proceed to 36. 57 Whiskey
Stand clear of the
Norman, have your
closing
next
doors,
callback's
please.
Rector.
Time for a rector.
45 Whiskeys at the call.
5 Whiskey Decal, that is a copy. Push for 4th Avenue local lineup. Your next callback is 4th Avenue, 9th Street.
Copy.
47 Fox Canal.
7 Fox Canal is a copy. Your next callback's Peak of the Bridge. Push for Nancy lineup.
Copy.
Herald Square for the 2115s.
In Quincy at Herald Square, that is a copy. Your next callback's 14th Street, Union Square.
Copy.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
$21.25 Quincy, are you ready to depart? 2116 Nancy, you're at Queensboro? There's a copy, your next callback's Lexington 59th. $21.05 Quincy, decal interlocking, that is a copy. Proceed with caution to Atlantic Pacific, call back there.
47 Fox. Peak of the bridge.
47 Fox, peak of the bridge, that is a copy. Your next callback is decob interlocking. 109 Whiskey 57.7, that is a copy. Proceed on. Your next callback is 34th Street Herald Square.
Atlantic Avenue Pacific for the 2040.
40 Fox, Atlantic, that is a copy. Your next callback is 36.
As a copy.
2030 Delta out of 02 Fishy, calling back at 59th Street 4th Avenue, pushing for Sea Beach local.
Okay, 2105 Quincy, resume normal speed to Atlantic. 2030 Delta, 59th Street. Your next callback is New Utrecht Avenue.
Time for a New
2115 calling in at 14 Union.
2115 Quincy Union, that is a copy. Your next callback is Canal.
21-3 Nancy Denmark still come back Canal, lower level punch for the...
Nancy Canal, that is a copy. Your next callback is Peak of the Bridge, push for the Nancy lineup.
It's tough one.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Street, Sunset Park.
2051 Nancy, 36th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback, 59th Street.
Copy.
Fox, the call interlocking.
Call interlocking for the 47 Fox, that is a copy. Your next callback's Atlantic Pacific. See with caution.
RCC receiver 57, calling back at Rector Street.
Rector for the 57 Whiskey, that is a copy. Push for the Romeo lineup. Your next callback is Blue Street
Stand
Metro
clear of
Tech.
the closing doors, please.
That's 2116 Nancy Lex 59, that is a copy. Your next callback is 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
This is 21-3 Nancy Denmark still calling back at Peak of the Mountain Bridge.
05 Quincy Atlantic, that is a copy. Next callback is 36. 03 Nancy, Peak of the Bridge. Your next callback is decob interlocking.
It's a tough one.
I'm so sorry I'm late, but 2125 is just not about 96 Street.
Okay, 2125. You're the 2130 now. Let me know we have doors open 96.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Issue. 2115 Quebec at Canal lower level.
15 Quincy Canal, that is a copy. Push for the Nancy lineup. Your next callback is Peak of the Bridge.
Peak of the Bridge 10-4.
2047 Fox, mirror zoom normal speed to Atlantic Pacific if you've not yet already.
How about that?
36th Street, Sunset Park for the 2040.
2040 Fox 36, it is a copy. Your next callback is 59th Street.
10-459 4th Ave.
45 Whiskey is at 4th Avenue.
Alright, 4th Avenue 9th Street for the 2045 Whiskey, that is a copy. Your next callback is 36.
Copy.
2109 Whiskey Herald Square, your next callback is Prince Street.
Calling back at 59th Street, 4th Avenue.
2051 Nancy 59th, that is a copy. Push for Sea Beach local lineup. Your next callback is New Utrecht Avenue.
Copy.
2130 requesting up at 96th Street.
There's a copy, 2130, your next callback is Lexington 63rd.
Copy for Lex 63rd.
This is 21-3 Nancy Denmark still calling back interlocking.
2103 Nancy decob interlocking, that is a copy. Your next callback is Atlantic Pacific. Proceed with caution.
It's a time for
This is Court Street. Transfer is available to the 2,
President
3,
Fox, Atlantic Avenue,
4,
Barclays
and
Center.
5
President
trains.
Fox Atlantic, that is a copy. Your next callback's 36.
How about that?
The next stop is J Street Metro.
2030 Delta out of North to Fisher is calling back
Stand
at
clear of
New
the
Utrecht
closing
62nd.
doors, please.
Delta New Utrecht, that is a copy. Your next callback is Kings Highway.
Kings Highway, that's a turn for.
2116, 5th, 57th, 57th.
16 Nancy, 57 7th, that is a copy. Push for the local lineup. Your next callback Times Square, 42nd. 103 Nancy, you can resume normal speed to Atlantic if you've not yet done so already.
40 Foxtrot is calling back at 49th Street. I said 59th Street, 4th Ave.
3 Fox, 59th Street, 4th Avenue, that is a copy. Push for the Sea Beach local lineup. Your next callback is 8th Avenue, your next stop.
Seeking a bridge for 2115.
J Street Metro.
15 Quincy, Peak of the Bridge, that is a copy. Your next callback is Dekalb Interlaken.
And F trains.
RC, this is the 2057 Whiskey Denmark 86th Street, calling back at J Street Metro Tech.
Alright, 2105 Quincy 36, that is a copy. Your next callback's 59th Street. 2057 Whiskey at J Street, that is a copy. Your next callback is 4th Avenue, 9th Street. $21.35 Quincy. Do you zero out of a layup or are you in the station?
This is DeKalb Avenue. Transfer is available to the V and Q trains.
This is 2103 Nancy Delmar Stillwell, calling back Atlantic Pacific.
03 Nancy Atlantic, that is a copy. Your next callback is 36th Street.
This is 4.
45 Whiskey, that's 86.
45 Whiskey 36, that is a copy. Push for 4th Avenue local lineup. Your next callback is 59th Street, 4th Avenue.
Copy.
Interlocking for 2115.
Dekalb Interlock for the 15 Quincy, that is a copy. Your next callback is Atlantic.
Stand clear of the closing doors.
2135 future Crystal out about 6.
35 Quincy may depart 96. Your next callback is 72nd.
Copy that.
8th Avenue for the 40 Foxtrot.
40 Fox at 8th Avenue, that is a copy. Your next callback's New Utrecht.
Copy.
Times Square 42nd for the 2116.
2116 Nancy, Times Square, that is a copy. Push for the express lineup. Your next callback is Union Square.
New Utrecht.
Utrecht for the 2051 Nancy, that is a copy. Your next callback is Kings Highway.
Yeah, for Kings Highway.
2130, calling back at Lexington 63rd.
Lexington 63rd for the 2130, that is a copy. Your next callback is Times Square 42nd.
Copy for Times Square.
'47 Fox, 36th Street.
37 Fox 36, that is a copy. Your next callback's 59th. Push for 4th Avenue lineup.
Copy that.
This is Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center. Transfer is available to the 2, 3, 4, 5, B, D, N,
5 Quincy, 59th Street, 4th Avenue, that is a copy. Push for Sea Beach Express lineup. Your next callback will be bypassing New Utrecht Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is Union
New
Street.
Utrecht Avenue.
40 Fox New Utrecht, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 20th Avenue.
That is a copy.
2030 Delta.
2030 Delta, Kings Highway, I assume you may push for the local lineup. Your next callback's 86th Street.
10-4 for Gravesend, 86.
2109 Whiskey at Prince, you may push for Lower Manhattan lineup. Your next callback is Rector Street.
2135 Quincy, 72nd.
Stand clear of the
35
closing
Quincy at
doors,
72nd,
please.
that is a copy. Your next callback, 57th Street, 7th Avenue.
Copy that.
2115 Atlantic Barclay.
2115 Quincy Atlantic, that is a copy. I'm going to hold you there for about a minute because there's a gap in service that I can probably take advantage of here.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark Stillwell calling back at 36th Street, pushing for 4th Avenue Express.
2103 Nancy 36, that is a copy. You're going to hold there.
45
59th Street.
Cool. 45 Whiskey, 59th Street, 4th Avenue. Push for Sea Beach local lineup. Your next callback's your next stop, 8th Avenue.
Copy.
47 Fox, 59th Street, please hold. 47 Fox at a cock hold at 59th.
Yep, copy.
2160 Union Square.
This is 9th
See Nancy Union
Street.
Square as a copy. Your next
Transfer
callback's
is
Canal
available to
Street.
the F and G trains.
I know I should have.
2105 Quincy, that's a copy.
RCC, this is 57 calling back at 459 Street.
Sorry.
2057 Whiskey, 4th Avenue, 9th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback's 36th Street.
Please.
36 cents apart.
Alright, 45 Whiskey, repeat please.
That's a copy.
Yeah, you can go to 8th Avenue. 2105 Quincy, that's fine.
20th Avenue for the 2040.
2040 Fox at 20th Avenue, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Bay Parkway, your next stop.
Times Square for the 2130 Quincy.
30 Quincy Times Square, that is a copy. Push for the express line. Your next callback is Union Square.
Dodge for 14th Street.
Kings Highway.
51 Nancy Kings Highway, that is a copy. Push for local line. Your next callback is 86th Street.
Copy for 86.
2030 Delta out of North to officials calling back at Gravesend, 86th Street.
Delta Gravesend 86, that is a copy. You may proceed to your next and last stop, Coney Island Stillwell.
10-4 for the last stop, Coney Island Stillwell.
45 Whiskies at 8th Avenue.
45 Whiskey, 8th Avenue, that is a copy. Your next callback's New Utrecht.
Copy.
2047 Fox holding at 59th Street, 4th Avenue. Your next callback will be 8th Avenue.
Fine with that.
2103 Nancy holding at 36. Your next callback's 59th.
Sit down for
2115 Quincy holding at Atlantic. Your next callback's 36.
10-4.
The next stop is 25th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Bay Parkway.
Parkway for the 2040 Fox, that is a copy. You may proceed to Kings Highway.
2135 57 Street, 7th.
5 Quincy, 57th Street, 7th Avenue, that is a copy. Your next callback is 34th Street, Herald Square.
Copy that.
This is 25th Street.
Wait,
2116 Nancy Canal as a copy. Push for the Nancy line if your next callback's decob interlocking.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Calling back to Gravesend, 6th Street.
51 Nancy, Gravesend 86, that is a copy. Please hold while I get confirmation of the location of 2105 Quincy.
Kings Highway for the 2040.
2045 Kings Highway, that is a copy. You may push for the express lineup and hold. I'm waiting for location of the Quincy.
Where's the Fox, 8th Avenue?
Alright, let me see. 2105 Quincy, what is your current location?
Only into New Utrecht.
2045 Whiskey, New Utrecht, your next callback will be 20th Avenue. 2047 Fox at 8th Avenue, your next callback is New Utrecht.
This is 30.
2102 Nancy Denmark still welcome back at 59th Street.
Alright, 2109 Whiskey at Rector, push for the Romeo lineup, your next callback is J Street Metro Tech. 2103 Nancy 59th, your next callback is 8th Avenue.
So it's
2130 calling back at Union Square.
Your Quincy Union Square is a cop, your next callback is Canal Street.
RCC, this is
for Canal Street.
Whiskey Denmark 86th Street, calling back at 36th Street, put the front of the line.
57 Whiskey, that is a copy for 36th Street, your next callback is 59th Street.
Oh, 59th Street, 4-5.
Where's the Fox to New Utrecht, right?
Yes, 47 Fox, New Utrecht's your next callback.
Cover that.
Okay, 2105 Quincy at 86, hold there. There's a train crossing in front of you to Stillwell. 2051 Nancy, you may proceed to your last stop, Coney Island, Stillwell.
That's a copy.
2030 Delta out of nowhere to official as terminated at Coney Island Stillwell. Is that a copy?
Alright, 2030 Delta, Coney Island, Stillwell, that is a copy. You can discharge your passengers. Terminate your train, thank you for your service, have a good night.
This is 2135 Quincy is at Herald Square.
South Quincy Herald Square is a copy, your next callback is Union Square.
Copy that.
2105 Quincy is a copy, continue to hold until further notice. 2145 Quincy, you may depart 96th Street, 2nd Avenue, your next callback is Lexington 63rd. 15 Quincy at 36, your next callback is 59th.
Copies.
40 Fox, holding at Kings Highway, you may proceed onto the express track, hold inside of Avenue U, callback there.
There's a copy.
I called this a Sea Beach Madness run for a reason.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark still welcome back at 8th Avenue, Brooklyn.
2103 Nancy 8th Avenue, that is a copy. Call back at your next stop, Fort Hamilton Parkway.
So it's off for.
2109 Whiskey, I said you can call back J Street Metro Tech.
Which 45 Whiskey callback?
45 Whiskey, 20th Avenue.
I'm at 20th Avenue.
There's a copy 45 Whiskey, you may proceed to Kings Highway.
Copy.
2105 Quincy, you may proceed to Stillwell now, call back there.
2047 Fox, New Utrecht Avenue.
47 Fox, New Utrecht, there's a copy, your next callback's 20th Avenue.
Copy that.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark still welcome back at Fort Hamilton Parkway.
Nancy Fort Hamilton as a copy, your next callback is 18th Avenue.
So it's off for.
This is the 2040 holding out hold at Avenue U.
That is a copy 2040 Fox. You may proceed to the switch at 86th Street. Hold there.
That is a copy.
21
Union Square.
35 Quincy Union Square. That is a copy. Your next callback, Canal Street.
2160 decal bin interlocking.
16 Nancy decal interlocking. That is a copy. Your next callback is Atlantic. 09 Whiskey Whitehall. Overshot by 2 doors. Proceed to Court Street. Max speed 15.
And R train.
2115 is calling in at 59.
15 Quincy 59th. That is a copy. Your next callback is Fort Hamilton Parkway.
2130 calling back to Canal.
30 Quincy Canal is a copy. Next callback is Peak of the Bridge.
Copy.
RTC, this is 2057 Whiskey Denmark 86th Street, calling back 59th Street for a value budget for the Sea Beach Liquor Island.
57 Whiskey, that is a copy. Your next callback, you're gonna hold there as a train from you crossing in front of you.
Stand clear of the closing doors,
15 Quincy,
please.
bypassing New Utrecht, not New Utrecht.
2051 Nancy's at Coney Island Stillwell Avenue, last stop.
51 Nancy, Coney Island Stillwell, that is a copy. Discharge your passengers, terminate your train. Thanks for your service. Have a good night.
You too.
2030 is holding outside the switches at 86th Street, Gravesend.
40 Fox, that switches at 86, that is a copy. You may proceed to your last stop, Coney Island Stillwell.
That is a copy.
.45 Whiskey is at Kings Highway.
Whiskey Kings Highway, that is a copy. Your next callback is your last stop, Gravesend 86.
Copy.
47 Fox, 20th Avenue.
7 Fox 20th Avenue is a copy. Kings Highway is your next callback.
Go with that.
RTC, is the 57 still holding at 59th Street?
57 Whiskey, you may proceed out of 59th. Your next callback is Fort Hamilton Parkway.
Fort Hamilton Parkway.
05 Quincy, it's Stillwell, that is a copy. You can discharge your passengers, terminate your train. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
RTC, you said callback is bypassing Fort Hamilton, correct?
Bypassing Fort Hamilton, correct.
Alright, 10-4, I'll let you know.
2130, already at the peak of the bridge.
Alright, 2130, Peak of the Bridge. Your next callback is decal interlocking.
Copy.
This is 21 Nancy Denmark Stillwell, calling back at 18th Avenue.
Over Nancy 18th, that is a copy. Your next callback is Bay Parkway.
6 out for it.
bypassing Fort Hamilton.
Bypassing Fort Hamilton for the 15 Quincy, that is a copy. Your next callback will be to let me know when you're bypassing Bay Parkway.
Sam, Fort.
2160 and let's go.
Who's that a callback? Repeat, please.
It's 2116 Atlantic Avenue.
St. Nancy Atlantic, that is a copy. Your next callback is 36th Street.
2145 Quincy calling back at Lexington 63rd.
45 Quincy Lexington 63rd, that is a copy. Your next callback is Times Square 42nd.
2135. Yeah.
35 Quincy, you're at Canal.
Yes.
That's a copy. Push for the Nancy line. Your next callback is Peak of the Bridge.
Copy that.
This is 8th Avenue.
Check your DMs.
45 Whiskey is at Gravesend.
Here's an 86 for the 45 Whiskey. That is a copy. You can discharge your passengers. Now the crew will take your train to the yard. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
86 Streetbound W local train.
Coney Island Stillwell Avenue to 2040.
Fort Hamilton Parkway.
Fox, Coney Island Stillwell, that is a copy. You may discharge your passengers, terminate your train. Thanks for your service. Have a good night.
You too.
20.7 Fox, Kings Highway.
7 Fox, Kings Highway, that is a copy. You may switch onto the express lineup. Your next callback will be Coney Island Stillwell, your last stop.
Cover that.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark Stillwell calling back at Bay Parkway.
3 Nancy Bay Parkway, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 86th Street.
What's up for?
Dispatch, this is 2115 bypassing Bay Parks.
That is a copy, 15 Quincy. Your next callback will be to hold inside of Kings Highway.
Holding inside Kings Highway.
35 Quincy, peak of the bridge.
This is
Peak of the bridge,
Fort
35
Hamilton
Quincy has a
Parkway.
copy. Your next callback is decob interlocking.
Copy that.
Quincy, we have a red signal here right outside of Lexington 63rd. Are we able to bypass it?
45 Quincy, hold the signal for 3 minutes. If it doesn't clear, let me know.
RTC, this is the 57 calling back.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
9 Whiskey Court, you can resume normal speed. Your next callback is DeKalb Avenue. 57 Whiskey at Fort Hamilton. Your next callback will be 18th Avenue.
For 18th Avenue.
Holding inside of Kings Highway, 2115.
There's a copy, 15 Quincy. Hold until further notice. There's a Fox in front of you on the express track.
Happy country.
At the Cobb interlocking.
2130 has a copy. Atlantic's your next callback.
Car for Atlantic.
This is New Utrecht Avenue. Transfers available to the D train.
Okay, 2145 Quincy. Is the signal not cleared yet?
This is an 86th Street bound.
2145 Quincy. Is the signal cleared yet?
The next stop is 18th Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I have a copy, 2145 Quincy. Keep by the signal. Proceed past it. Max speed 5 miles per hour until you're completely past the signal.
211636.
2116 Nancy 36. That is a copy. Your next callback, 59th Street, 4th Avenue.
Be advised, 35 at Cup in the locker.
35 Quincy, decob interlocking as a copy. Please hold as a train right in front of you heading to Atlantic.
2115, permission to...
2115 Quincy, yes, you can proceed. Your next callback's your last stop, Coney Island, Stillwell.
This is 18th Avenue.
9 Whiskey decal is copy, push 4th Avenue local. Your next callback's 4th Avenue, 9th Street.
This is 2103 Nancy Denmark Stillwell calling back at 86 Gravesend.
3 Nancy 86, that is a copy. Please hold it. Quincy, there's 2 trains in front of you heading to Stillwell.
Is it 74 Pedro?
The next stop is 20th Avenue.
Okay, 18th Avenue.
Stand
57
clear of
Whiskey,
the
18th
closing
Avenue.
doors,
There's a copy. Your
please.
next callback's Kings Highway.
And for Kings Highway.
47 Foxtrot, Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue.
47 Fox at Coney Island, Stillwell. That is a copy. You can discharge your passengers, terminate your train. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
Thank you.
2145 Quincy, we're receiving the same issue again. About.
Alright, 2145 Quincy. Same thing. Hold for 3 minutes. If it doesn't clear, then I'll tell you what to do. After this, if it happens again, I'll just give you permission to proceed past all of them.
Copy.
This is 20th Avenue. W local train. The next stop is Bay Parkway.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
2135 Quincy may proceed with caution to Atlantic Avenue.
Wait, did you said the 35 could proceed?
Proceed to Atlantic with caution.
Copy it.
RCC be advised, I'm terminating on the Q tracks, not the N tracks, if I am.
That is a copy. 2103 Nancy may depart 86. Wait, 15 Quincy, are you clear
No, I'm just saying I'm going to terminate. I have not done this. I'm just saying I'm going to terminate.
Alright, 2103 Nancy, disregard. Continue to hold, please.
2116 at 59.
This is
2116 Nancy,
Parkway.
59th, that is a copy. Push for the Sea Beach local lineup. Your next call back to New Utrecht Avenue.
This is an 86th Street bound W local train. The next stop is Kings Highway.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
2130 calling back at Atlantic Avenue, Barclays. William Pacific.
Quincy Atlantic, that is a copy. Your next callback's 36.
5 for 36. 2115, be advised R50, I'm approaching Colonial, just to not hold a train behind.
There's a copy. Thank you, 2115. 2103 Nancy, now you may depart 86. Still well. Call back there.
That's the time for it, thank you.
45 Quincy, you're still having the same issue after a couple of minutes, sir.
There's a copy. 45 Quincy again. Key by the signal. Proceed past 5 miles per hour until you clear the signal. And you can just bypass any red signal after this.
Copy.
35. Is Atlantic clear yet? Safe?
35 Quincy, yes, you're clear into Atlantic.
Alright, resuming normal speeds.
This is Kings Highway. This is a Manhattan-bound M train. The next stop is Bay Parkway.
Come back at Kings Highway, for local line.
Alright, 2109 Whiskey, 4th Avenue, 9th Street, that is a copy. That's called back 36th Street. 2057 Whiskey at Kings Highway. Proceed to your last stop, 86th Street.
10-4 for my last stop, 86th Street.
2115, Quebec, terminated Q tracks.
Now still for the 15 Quincy, that is a copy. You can discharge your passengers, terminate your train. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
Alright, you have a good night.
This is Avenue U. This is an 86th Street bound W local train. The next and last stop is Gravesend, 86th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors,
2135 Quincy at
35 Quincy Atlantic, that is a copy. Your next callback, 36th Street.
Copy.
This is a 2100 Nancy Denmark, Stillwell, coming back at my last stop, Cornell, Stillwell Avenue, terminated.
2103 Nancy. 2103 Nancy Stillwell, that is a cop. You can discharge your passengers. Terminate your train. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
I'll have a good one.
Rossi, 125 Harlem.
This is Gravesend 86th Street.
This is the last stop on this
RTC,
train.
this is a
Everyone, please
2057
leave
Whiskey
the
Denmark
train.
86
Thank you for
terminal.
riding with
Last stop
MTA
86
New York City
Gravesend.
Transit.
57 Whiskey,
Stand
Gravesend
clear of
86,
the
that is a
closing
cop. You
doors,
can discharge your
please.
passengers and other crew. Take your train to the yard. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
You too, Caesar.